What's good, y'all? Ruds here. Today's soap review will feature Catie's Bubbles Angel Eyes. This originally started with Chris and I working on a scent for Mrs. Rudd's. She truly enjoys Joop Homme cologne, and Chris was kind enough to make this scent for her. We did some extensive testing to ensure the amount of cinnamon in this scent would not melt any faces, and it's finally come to fruition, and it's available now on catiesbubbles.com, which I'll link below. The actual label looks like this. I think we decided, or Chris decided, that it was best to make the label a Catie's Bubbles label and not a limited edition label with Mrs. Rudd's on it. I think several people would be uncomfortable shaving with my wife's face on it, and I'm not sure how she'd feel about that as well. Catie's Bubbles is one of the OG artisan soap makers, having been making soap since 2012, and as many of you know, he has quite a large following, and he's been around a long time, and I'm happy to have been able to work with him on this scent, and hope you all get to purchase one and enjoy it. Link for Catie's Bubbles below. You can also find many Catie's Bubbles products at Lathered Razors and westcoastshaving.com. Alright, so for those of you that are unfamiliar with Joop Homme, it's a cologne that was released in 1989. It's in the Oriental genre. Features notes of mandarin, lemon, bergamot, orange blossom, jasmine, lily of the valley, cinnamon, vanilla, tonka, patchouli, and sandalwood. I'd say it's a polarizing cologne. I'm not a cologne expert or a frag expert, but from the people I've talked to, you know, I'd say it's maybe 50-50 split between people that would consider it a usable cologne, and then it certainly has its detractors who think it's quite an overpowering fragrance. In general, it's a citrus, floral, and spice accord. I think it's, for my nose, it's quite sensual, but it is still masculine enough to wear. I wasn't a huge fan of it when Mrs. Rudd's wanted me to start wearing it, but I think it's grown on me, and I do quite enjoy it. I think it would be better suited for warmer weather months if you do pair your fragrances with the seasons. It's quite warming and spicy to my nose, and that lends itself well to the cooler months. Scent strength on this soap is strong, certainly not as strong as the scent of the cologne, but it's definitely strong and will last quite a while. And similarly scented soaps from the wet shaving space, the only one I know of is Stubble Buster Evocative. Alright, so this Angel Eyes by Catie's Bubbles is released in the luxury soap base, which by my estimation is the gold standard for all vegan soaps, and it ranks quite highly on my shavescore list, as you'll hear. The soap in itself is of mid-firmness, loads easily into your brush fiber of choice, regardless of, you know, synthetic or animal hair. It's quite a thirsty soap. It demands quite a bit of water, and you're rewarded with a dense, voluminous lather that will resemble Cool Whip once you've dialed it in properly. The slickness on Catie's Bubbles luxury soap base is in the elite class for me. Both primary and residual slickness are absolutely among the best. I'm easily able to buff without any visible lather, whether it's on my face or my dome, and it really does a nice job. Post-shave on Catie's Bubbles is superior to any other tallow I've used, and it really has no gap between any of the tallow-based soaps I've tried. You probably wouldn't even be able to tell this is a vegan soap in terms of post-shave performance if you didn't know it was strictly a vegan soap. Given all those metrics, the shave score for the Catie's Bubbles luxury soap base comes in at a 95. Other soaps with a similar shave score are the Ariana and Evans Goat Milk and Tallow soap base, as well as the Declaration Grooming Bison Tallow. Alright folks, we're back. Excellent dome shave with the Catie's Bubbles Angel Eyes. I do hope you'll be able to check this one out. Obviously it's quite near and dear to my heart, being that it was a requested scent by me. This isn't a typical collaboration with Rudd Shaves. It's more of a just a request that Catie's Bubbles produce a soap with that scent, and Chris has been able to do that to a tea and able to offer it to the community as you know, Catie's Bubbles soap sale. So definitely check it out if you're interested. I believe it's $30 US for both soap and aftershave combination at catiesbubbles.com. As always, thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. Comment below if you have anything to say. And if you're not already a subscriber, please become one. See ya.